Hello and welcome back to 100 Coding Challenges in C Sharp. This is episode 19 and the challenge is to create a discount calculator. In this challenge, we have an electronics company which gives customers discounts based on how much they are spending. We have a discount percentage for several thresholds and we want to take in the total amount of the order and determine which discount should be applied and then return back the total value after the discount has been applied. The thresholds are as follows. If the order is under £1,000, then no discount is applied. If it's between 1,000 and 2,500, then it should be 5% discount. If it's between 2,500 and 5,000, it should be 10% discount. If it's 5,000 to 10,000, it should be 15% discount. And if it's 10,000 or more, then it should be a 20% discount. This is another switch case challenge, so please do not use an if statement for this. If you'd like to attempt this yourself, then please pause the video now. So before we begin, I just want to raise the point that I have switched over to using a MacBook. The code will still be written in C# and should still all be exactly the same as it was before. However, my screen and UI will look different. I am using a different editor as well, and my console will also be running in a different place. It will be running here instead. I will be creating a video soon to show you how to set this up on a MacBook if you do want to use a MacBook. But if you're already using Visual Studio on Windows or even on Mac, then the code should still be exactly the same, so you don't have to worry about that. Cool, so let's begin. I've started off by writing console.writeline discount calculator just at the start, of the console app. You don't have to do this. So what we do want to do though is to ask the user to enter in the value of the order. And then we want to store that into a decimal value. We'll just call this order value. And I want to convert this into a decimal because it will be a string when the console reads it. So we'll do a console.read line inside of the convert.to-decimal, which should take the value from the user's input and convert it into a decimal and store it into this property. Then I want to define a new variable called discount, and I am going to just set that to 0. When we set decimal values in C#, we also tend to put an M next to it, just so that it's clear that it is a decimal value. The M stands for money. So now we'll start creating our switch statement. So we will switch on order value. And let's start and go through each of these one by one. So if we do 1,000 first, we'll do a case decimal n when n is less than 1,000. And in that scenario, we will set discount to 0. And then we set a break so that it breaks out of that case. And we just want to do that for all of the other ones also. So I'm just going to copy this over. So for 2,500, 5,000, for 10,000, and 10,000. So in this one, we're going to do, for the last one, it will be greater or equals to 10,000. So if the value is 10,000 or anything above, it will be 0.2. And if it's less than 10,000, it will be 0.15. If it's less than 5,000, it will be 0.1. And if it's less than 2,500, then it will be 0.05. So the reason I'm setting it to these values is so that I can then use this value to multiply it by the order value to calculate the actual discount value and remove that from the total order value. So then I can console.writeline something. Yeah, sorry, I'm still using a Windows keyboard, even though I'm using a Mac. So there we go. There's a dollar sign. So in here, I want to say order value minus order value times discount. We can also put a message with this. Let's say the discounted price is that. Also, don't worry about the system.console. That's just the namespace which console lives in. So in Visual Studio Code, it doesn't usually have this, but if you were to put system there, it wouldn't be a problem either, or you can remove it. So if I now run that, it will say discount calculator, enter the value of the order. So if I were to say, let's just say 3,000, the discounted price is 2,700. That's because 3,000 is in this bracket where it's less than 5,000, but it's more than 2,500. So this bit here calculates order value times discount. So 3,000 times 0.1, which is basically 10% of 3,000 is 300, and you take that away from order value, you get 2,500. So if we just run it again and we just check some of the other values, let's just say 6,000. We expect it to take away 15% of 6,000, which is 900. So we end up with 5,100. Let's do it again and do something over 10,000, and we should expect a 20% discount. So let's just go for 20,000, and we get a whopping 20% discount off of that at 16,000. So that's quite nice. We can also remove this code here because discount is already set to 0 outside of this switch case. So if we remove that, then it doesn't need to check. It doesn't need to set that again. So if we run it for something between something that's under 1,000, let's just say 999. The discounted price is 999. Given this isn't a discounted price, but this is rather the actual price. But yeah, this is just the string, so we don't have to worry about that. And there you go. That was quite a short one today. I hope you enjoyed it. Just to talk about the elephant in the room. I'm sorry for not posting for so long. I have been very busy. I was debating whether to continue the series or not, but I've definitely made the decision to continue it, and I do have 100 challenges already planned, and I just need to make the videos for them. So stay tuned, subscribe, give it a like, leave a comment. It really does keep me motivated to carry on. And yeah, I hope to catch you guys in the next one.